Hey, Jared.
Hey, Josh.
Why do revolutions always have secret codes?
Because I mean, they gotta stay secret, especially the French 75. I don't know. I will say all the secret codes in this one is pretty great.
That's why I think this.
Why?
Because nothing says efficiency like confusing your own teammates. Which is
Definitely
what
happens.
definitely happens.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to Screen Time Film, a podcast where we discuss a director's filmography in chronological order. Today and for the next couple of weeks, we will be catching up on a few that we covered previously and have had new films come out and last fall / earlier this year.
Yes, that's right.
And so today we are going to discuss one battle after another. We covered PTA's movies, like kind of last summer.
Yeah, it's been a while now.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
But Jared,
Yep.
you know what freedom is? No fear, just like Tom effing Cruise.
Forgot about that one. Yes.
All right, so those of you who are new, I'm Josh, and this is my co-host Jared.
Do you like podcasts, Josh? I love them. I love them. Crazy scene.
Yes.
Oh man, I got a lot to say about Sean Penn, especially Lockjaw.
Yeah. All right. Well, this came out in 2025. Rated R, 2 hours and 41 minutes. When their enemy resurfaces after 16 years, a group of ex-revolutionaries reunite to rescue the daughter of one of their own. This is directed and written by Paul Thomas Anderson, cinematographer Michael Bauman, which was also in Licorice Pizza.
Yeah. Was it Phantom Thread also? I think he's been with him for a while now.
For a couple, yeah. More recently, yeah. And then composer Johnny Greenwood, which also has been with him for a while.
I think like most of his films.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. All right, so production costs. What do you think this movie cost?
I don't know. This is very tough.
Yeah, it is.
Because I mean, I don't know when they filmed it, so I don't know like when like
They probably
stuff was lifted to where like they didn't have to do anything testing wise for like pandemic
they
protocols.
probably did.
I don't know when that stopped.
Yeah, well, I doubt they were filming this like 2021, 2022. It was probably more.
No. But I know they like that was a precaution way after that. Like they had to keep doing that for a long time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, probably not by this point. I know it had to. I mean, the length of the movie and what all was involved had to have been a very long shoot, I imagine. But yeah, the actors and what all's in this movie, it's got to be whatever. Write down 150. Yeah, let's go 150.
Not quite. 130.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Decent guess, though. I don't know if I would have guessed even that. I probably would have guessed under 100.
Yeah, but you got just the fact that you have Leo.
I know, but also
And
it's also, but it's like some of these directors that do these, like a Paul Thomas Anderson, people like will work with them regardless.
yeah, that's true. And I do have a note about that because there's like a crazy what if with Leo and PTA that I found out about. So because he's wanted to work with him.
Yeah, so like,
or they wanted to work with
they
each
wanted to
other.
work together for a while, and then it's like,
So yeah, you're right. Maybe
like,
he was just like, yeah,
I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe that's why it is so much, but
I don't know.
because maybe he was like, I mean, I'll get what I can, and
Yeah,
and then the studio was like, oh, you're gonna have Leo, yeah, we'll give you $130 million budget. I don't know,
I don't know.
but yeah, I probably wouldn't have guessed that much.
But I guess yeah, it's just Leo and as far as like the biggest actors, it's just Leo and Sean Penn, really.
Yeah.
Oh no, Benicio.
Benicio. Yeah.
That's right. We got three.
Yeah.
Everyone else is not as
Well known.
famous. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
All right, so we got a long list for the Academy Awards on here
Yeah.
between the nominees
I was
and
very
wins.
curious
Yeah.
about this.
So we'll go with the wins first. So one for Best Casting, Best Motion Picture of the Year,
Mm-hmm.
Best Achievement in Directing, Best Performance by an Actor in Supporting Role, Sean Penn, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Achievement in Film Editing. So those are what it won.
Wow. Okay.
Then nominated but didn't win, Best Achievement in Cinematography, Best Achievement in Music Written for Motion Pictures, Original Score, Best Sound, Best Performance by an Actor in Lead Role, Leonardo DiCaprio,
Mm-hmm.
Best Performance by an Actor in Supporting Role, Benicio del Toro, and Best Achievement in Production Design. so,
Wow.
so it was, before it won, it was nominated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different categories. And it won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, one half of them, six of the 12.
I mean, it's definitely, it's definitely it was his time to actually win.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Like actually the Oscar for the film,
Mm-hmm.
because he hadn't up to this point at all. And it's like, just There Will Be Blood alone. It's like, that went to No Country because it was the same year, I think.
Yes.
Which
we talked about that when we covered
That's right, we did.
because we were like, what did it? And then we looked it up and I was like, yeah, I agree. That's a better movie.
See, but you said you liked No Country
Oh, yeah.
more, and I disagree. Yeah, I think There Will Be Blood should have won, and then obviously we went through. I mean, Phantom Thread 2 was like surprisingly way better. I'm trying to think what else, but like, Boogie Nights, Magnolia. I mean, he's
Did
great.
Magnolia win Best Picture
Oh
that year? I think.
no, I feel like I saw somewhere when this was all going on, and we talked about the Oscars for the visual listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Josh got on Sinners, which won a lot too.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I wore it today.
You don't have a one battle after another shirt.
No, but this is more in I mean, we can get into it, but like this is more because like I think Sinners should have been. I think Sinners is a better movie.
Okay, all right, interesting.
I like Sinners better as a film.
Well,
And it was
I mean,
it was also nominated. Actually, to be honest, like I think I liked F1 better as a film too, and they were both nominated for Best Picture as well.
there's some others. Yeah, I mean, we can get into that right now if you want. What we thought of it,
Sure.
because
Let me get just. I mean,
the
you mentioned a
cast.
few of the people, but a few other people like Tiana Taylor, kind of, and then Regina Hall, and Wood Harris, Alana Haim, and then of course Leo, Sean, and Benicio.
Yeah.
We already mentioned.
What is the? Because she's in like a lot of stuff now. She's coming up. The daughter Willa.
Alana Haim. I think.
No. That Alana
that's-
Haim is because she was in Licorice Pizza, and she
Yeah.
was only at the beginning of the film.
Regina Hall. That's
No, that's
not,
no. There's one more. I'll look it up.
oh, then I missed her.
That's okay. Keep going.
Yeah. Well, no, that was.
I
Oh, yeah,
I feel
almost.
like
I thought I put her down.
maybe you did. Let me just double check because I know most of these actors, but like she is in.
You're always better. I'm not
That's all right.
good at the.
Yeah, I mean Tiana Taylor is Perfidia. Yeah, Regina Hall is Deandra. It's like a lot of these we only see in the beginning. Yeah, Lana Haim, Zime. Like they're all in the.
Yep.
Dang, where is she actually listed? Oh, she's listed like further down, I guess. That's weird.
Not as well known, I guess.
But like she's in.
That's probably why I missed it.
She's in like the new Handmaid Tales.
Oh, yeah, I'm watching that.
I haven't either, but she's in like a few other things. So, and she was really great in this. That's why I wanted to shout her out. But
She
she's
was.
very. There he is, Chase Infinity. I knew because she's been in other stuff too. That's Willa.
Let me see. I just write it down and get in here.
That's
Jeez.
the daughter, Chase Infinity. I know I heard that name before too. Just couldn't remember
It's
it.
Maya, right?
Willa.
Oh, Willow.
Yeah,
the
the daughter. I mean, like literally the most important character.
No, I know.
I guess.
I know I was like forgetting the name.
It's all right.
It's so bad.
It's all right. That's the only one you got. You got everyone else. That's like, I mean, obviously there's a lot more people, but
yeah, but yeah,
the ones that are, main ones.
recognizable. Well, the real is like I didn't really recognize her. That was the thing. I mean, to what you were saying before, like to me, like I think she did a great job, and I was like, and that was to me, I was like, this is the first time I'm watching this person perform, and I thought it was really good, and she could hold her own with Leo and Sean Penn on camera.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Which is something to say.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. Then you wouldn't recognize her. I know I saw her in something before this, but yeah, she's getting pretty big now.
Somebody to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Well, overall thoughts. We kind of are in that a little bit. But how'd you feel about this movie?
So, obviously, this is one I wanted to see for a while, and
Too.
we had to hold off a long time for it. But so to start, I will say this is a great film. The style and atmosphere, especially, was awesome, but which I think you might have something to say also. Like this is. I think it's a little like Project Hail Mary, a little too overhyped. When this was coming out, and I mean, but also it's like, PTA, it's like he's kind of getting up there with like, not quite, but like he's getting close to Villeneuve, and Nolan is like Tarantino, I guess. Like he's getting now at that point to where like you're just excited if he has a new movie.
Okay, yeah. I was waiting to get what were you talking about?
Sorry, yeah.
I would say,
I'm still waking up.
Yeah.
I think
I was just trying to get at where you're getting at.
Yeah, but so
yeah, I mean, yeah, he's up there. Like he has a new movie. He has a large fan base of people that know he's going to make something quality, even and a little different, probably. And you're kind of excited about that. I think I would, because I feel like he's very different than like Villeneuve and.
Oh, for sure.
Like from Tarantino would be a lot closer, I think, in the.
And Scorsese, I think we even mentioned that in like a lot of his earlier stuff. He definitely big influences on him. Yeah. But I mean, I do agree with you that I like it was definitely his time, like I said, to finally win. But again, he should have won for
some other stuff.
Yeah, for some other stuff. But yeah, I don't think this is the best film of 2025. I don't know what is though, because I don't think Sinners is either. I don't think.
I haven't seen all of the.
I know. I'm trying to think which ones I haven't seen yet.
I know the big one I hadn't seen was the
Hamnet.
Yeah, Hamnet.
I haven't seen that. Yeah.
That was the other big one I hadn't seen, but
I don't know. I still like. I think it's because it's so crazy and like, just like I loved it. Like I still think Begonia is like very high for me.
Oh right, that's where Begonia's on there.
And
too.
that was in the list.
I would put this Begonia above this.
Yeah,
too.
which is crazy because like probably most people are gonna disagree with us, but
well, it's because it's such a divisive ending. I think that's what.
Yeah,
because if you didn't have that ending and it just like ended, it never gave you like really like I feel like. Because there's some people that can't get over, I can even if I didn't agree with the ending, which I actually liked the ending. I thought
I like the ending a lot.
But
like it was cool. They
even
actually
if I disagreed, it wouldn't have ruined the movie with me.
Yeah.
But there's people that it ruins the movie. They can watch 90% of the movie and love it, and then the last 10 minutes is something they don't agree. They like then that can ruin the whole movie for them.
Yeah.
And I mean I'm not saying that's wrong. It's just it's a different perspective, and so. That's I think maybe where that film kind of, when you come to broader audience, trying to win more people over. I guess, like you if you went for the more abstract ending and not giving an answer, then you might have, won more people over.
Yeah. I can't exactly like pinpoint the negative about this movie to where like I don't think it should have won, but I don't know. I mean, it's definitely very long, but like
Yeah,
I don't know. Did you feel
to me it felt long?
Okay,
which I feel like
yeah,
is one of the
it is
problems.
almost 3 hours, right?
2:45.
2:45. Okay.
But I think it's one of the problems with these directors that get almost too much control,
Too much power. They can
too
do
much
whatever they
power,
want.
and then the studios don't rein them in enough,
Yeah.
and then they start getting these longer movies. You're like, dude, like, come on.
But see, the thing is that like the Odyssey and Dune 3 both, I will want it to be even longer probably than what the runtime is.
Yeah, so that's
So
it's a
that's
little
like
different.
personal preference.
Yeah, but it's also a little different. I feel like something that you're immersed in something that's very stylized world, right? Something that's a little bit
True,
different.
and not just
And you
yeah.
just want to live in that world, regardless of what's happening.
Yeah, that's a good point because this film, I mean, when we get to themes, also it's like very of right now,
Yeah.
in the world or in America. So, yeah, I think you're right. That makes
Yeah, I think to me that makes a
But then there's still like moments of this, just like with all of PTA's movies. There's some like incredible scenes in this movie though.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I don't know. I just think it was a little overhyped, like Project
Yeah.
Hail Mary.
That's interesting. Like I didn't feel that with Project Hail Mary, but maybe I didn't
Really?
see the hype as much
Okay.
because I heard it was good, and then we went and saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, that was really good. But
I don't remember what.
where this to me, like I've been hearing it, hyped since last October or whatever, whenever it came out.
Yeah.
And then of course it wins Best Picture, and then you're like, oh man,
Must be that good. Yeah.
must be that good. And then you go watch it, and you're like, oh, I mean, it's good, but
Mhm.
and so I mean that's kind of kind of where it sat with me, and but I mean it's definitely, I would say, still like one of the stronger PTA movies, like
Yeah. Yeah.
and it didn't feel, I mean there's no other ones, Magnolia being one of them that felt long, like
Mhm.
where this one, which I some of it I guess we'll talk about. I feel like some of it, that score is doing a heavy lifting on this, like making it feel like it's just like constantly moving. That score
The score is
does not stop.
incredible. The score is so unique. I'll have a lot to say about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we get there.
Um,
Well, I guess we're about the same. How we feel about this film.
probably pretty close.
I think we differ on who should have won or what movie should have won.
Yeah, probably.
Because I don't think kind of the same with Sinners. Like, it's still a great film, but I don't think I liked it as much as like everyone else did.
Mm.
So
Just surprising because it's like the music is so.
that's the best part about it. And
The
that
second
scene
half,
in particular
yes.
is amazing. But like
I think
the rest of
so.
the movie, though,
To me, the thing is that with me is I think this film, not that it didn't look good, and we'll talk about that too, but it's like some of the more on the technical achievement side,
Yeah.
Besides having good performances and a good story, like I feel like F1 and Sinners have like this like another level of technical performance that's happening from the cinematography and just overall spectacle that
yeah,
I feel like when you're looking at like what considers the best film, this is the theatrical experience.
mm-hmm.
There's stuff in there that this film I think is lacking in
Yeah.
that way. I mean, not that the cinematography was bad, because it actually wasn't. I think there's some
No,
great,
there's
great
some
stuff.
crazy, yeah,
great, and it's mostly like, but it's a lot of like more intimate things
for
right?
sure.
Which is one of the things that I would just want to say overall on this film. One of the things I thought was really strong was like the father-daughter
Oh yeah,
dynamic between Leo and Willa. Leo, what is Leo's Bob? Willa.
Bob, that's it.
And Peter Parker, right?
Parker, yes, He says another superhero too, Spider-Man, no, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he says some other not the real name for like Clark Kent or Peter Parker. I just remember it was Peter Parker.
Peter Parker for sure. Yeah.
But I think that again, those performances that you get, just this character performances, are great in this and
very good.
In a lot of spots, and that's a different kind of film and makes for an interesting like drama to watch, right? But then I don't know, I just feel like the technical on some of those other films and from a cinematography standpoint is just impressive too. And
I agree, especially like well, Sinners 1 cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it is like impressive what's done with that, but like I think out of all of them, F1 is like the technical, to your point.
Yep.
It's like what they achieved in that above all of them, I think, is probably the most impressive.
All right, well, let's get into this movie a little bit more of the scenes that stood out in one way or shape or form.
Well, I guess I can go ahead and say you're already talking about the father-daughter stuff. So like with Bob and Willa, but then I mean it's Lockjaw and Willa too is like that was also, to your point, you're talking about Chase Infinity going against Sean Penn. That scene, that was another highlight. That scene where he's it's a testing kit or for DNA
that you like. He's been grabbing that every time he leaves.
That's right,
you don't know what it is.
Yep, you don't know for a long time. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, other like that little case that it's in. Like I swear I have that case somewhere.
Do you?
It's just like this, like just basic like little like something's come in it before that I've ordered. Like some gear or whatever. So the case, it stood out to me for that reason too. And then he like goes grabbing it every time. And you're like, what is this thing? And then when he finally, it was like a DNA test. Yeah. So like I agree with you. There's so many. I mean, just the opening.
Yeah.
And then she basically makes him get hard. Just.
All right. So that is the other note I have is then the scenes with Lockjaw and Perfidia.
Yep.
Which I was actually surprised Perfidia wasn't in this movie more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it makes sense story-wise, but yeah, all the scenes with them two together, I think are some of the most compelling, even though they get crazy, because it's like you see it in every time they interact. It's like a constant power struggle between them. And it's just like, or like in dominance, and it plays out in like so many different ways. And then obviously that's a big point with the story, what happens later. But did you think, was that even on your mind? We were like, Bob's not the actual father.
Yeah. I mean, not like as soon as we make the time jump,
right?
But like as soon as I knew he was looking for them.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I suspected.
Okay.
I suspected. And because I figured it was like going to go that route because like that would be the more interesting.
Yeah.
From a like story drama.
Yes.
So, but the I mean, the opening and kind of after the opening, I mean, other than I when he's like spying on them and then like he's basically just following her butt around, which is also kind of because at first you think he's after him because he wants to get revenge.
Yeah.
Right. And then you realize, oh wait, no, he's into her.
Yes. A whole lot.
Yeah. And
that's where my quote comes from, because when he's at the grocery store or something with Bob, he just goes up to him. Dude, it's it's crazy. I just wanted to mention, him, Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw, I think is what they say. I just think he was so good in this. Mm-hmm. And like, I haven't seen him in a while.
Right.
And something like
along those lines,
very recent.
I didn't realize it was Sean Penn right away.
Really? Yeah, he does. Yeah, it was very different.
Yeah, he's freaking jacked for one.
But like,
he looks like he's on roids.
He does.
Which I mean changes his face too. Like
yes,
his face is like puffy or whatever. Like you know, and so like I did like when that first scene, like I didn't know that was him in the first scene.
Wow. Okay.
And it wasn't until a little bit later. I was like, oh my god. Now that's also I mean other than like Leo, I didn't know he was freaking and Benicio del Toro, because I remember seeing both of them really quick in the trailer.
Yep.
But like I didn't know who else was casting this thing, so like, and I don't look ahead of time. I think we've talked about this before. Whereas you kind of look, and because then you're looking for him instead of, and I kind of do the opposite.
Yep. I actually don't remember if he has to be in the trailer.
He might be, but like again, if it's so quick and he looks different, you know, I didn't pick up on it. So anyway, I didn't realize right off the bat it was him until I don't know, you know, a couple of minutes into the movie, like maybe about the second scene or two where we saw him.
Yeah, but he just his performance and character was just like the performance especially, and it made a lot of sense. Obviously, you won for supporting. Like there's so much subtlety in his face and what he does, and like every scene, it's crazy. But then it's even like there's even moments that I didn't think this movie would be as funny as it was too, because it's like the scene with him and Willa. She's like, to your point, she's like, "Why's your shirt so tight?" Then he's like, "I'm not a homosexual." That's immediately what he says. So it's like, dude, like all that was great. And then I mean,
well, the scene with the both times we see the scene with like whatever the bunch of white old dudes.
That was so weird,
but also hilarious. Like at the same time, especially the first one where they're in like some basement
underneath the house.
And then they're like. They have like this lit backdrop that's like
it was like and they were like just the way they saying to each other something about Saint Nick or something. And I was like, what? It's strange, but I mean
it's obviously just some made up white supremacist like
I guess, but
group, but the weird that way at the top it's like very corporate. like because then that like scene at the end, I mean I know we're jumping around, but like where Sean Penn's like in their app post like roughed up and he's like, oh, I'm ready for retirement, I've made it, and then they tear gas him or whatever. I don't know what
that was amazing. Also,
cool
I was not cool. It was a very cool shot, and I was not expecting.
Really?
I wasn't.
I kind of, because the way that door opened and closed.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
And like the way the guy shut it. He's like, oh, I forgot something, and then
well, I knew,
and the way it lingered just as soon as it cut to him and it lingered on, I was like, oh, they're killing him.
Well, I knew that like when he was showing him to it.
Yeah, he's like, I forgot my key.
Yeah,
key.
as soon as like he comes in there and like immediately leaves and says, hey, I forgot my keys. Then I was like, oh, okay, he's dead.
Yeah. Okay, well that then it's at the same point.
Okay, I didn't know. Yeah,
like I didn't think about it before that. They were like, oh no, welcome. Let me show you to your office.
Yeah, they were really
like, okay, and then
but. So another thing about his character is just like, obviously it's crazy to see his face after what happened, but like, I mean, yeah, because it's basically a shotgun to the face during that ending before that. But and even like, because you at that point you're like, okay, he's already dead, but then you see him walking. Like this dude's like the Terminator.
Yes,
like that's what I could think of. That's all I could think of. For that.
When they have that it's a long lens and he's walking the road afterwards.
Even the way
he's like
he
covered
walks,
in blood. Yeah, it's kind of like, and I wonder if that was real because he's got like this weird like
and I
don't know if that was
and
like
he's so
something
like
Sean Penn actually has, or if he was making it for the character. Because like there's like that weird like almost like his one part of his back, like he broke his back at some point and he can't move quite right.
Yep.
And I'm like, I mean, maybe really Sean Penn's that way right now. I have no idea.
I don't know.
It's just something I noticed.
Yeah, it's.
But then like, or is he doing it on purpose? And then I'm like, if he's doing it on purpose, that's crazy
even,
to like add that in from a performance standpoint.
I know there's just so much to it, but it's. Yeah, he's the main one I wanted to shout out, but obviously there's so many other great performances in this. But like, I mean, Benicio as the sensei. It's awesome.
Yes.
It's awesome. I don't remember if they ever say his name. Great. They just say sensei.
Yeah, and then and like, and then him and Leo working off each other the whole.
Oh, in the cars.
Yes, yeah. So great.
I haven't line about that too. A few small beers. That was one of the best lines in the movie.
A few small beers. And she's like, what does that mean?
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to come around this turn, and he's like,
Oh yeah,
you're just going to slow
Tuck and
down.
roll.
And it's like he didn't slow down. He's like, gave it a little yank, and he
but
he got him away.
he did. Yeah, but then also Leo, it's just like, it's amazing what all he does in this too, because there was only one point in the movie, and he's like running around like crazy pretty much most of the movie. There's only one point where I was like, that couldn't have been him, and that was a stunt double. But besides that, that's when he falls from the tree, because obviously, unlike that, he did not do all that. But it's a continuous shot, so they had to do
somebody do
swap it out. Yeah, somebody do it and then swap him out, but because it doesn't cut at all until he gets tasered, I think. Yeah, because he got off the roof, the whole tree, like very long fall, gets up, starts running, and then immediately gets tasered. Yeah. But
which that again, your point with the comedy, like that,
Yeah.
like even that, like was.
yeah, I was not
I mean-
expecting this much comedy in this
Yeah.
movie, because I knew it was very like serious, heavy, and like very now
Mhm.
topic. So
Yeah.
like I didn't know how much they were going to lean into the humor. So, but I mean, yeah, like so, it seemed like he did. No, I mean, there's no way he did that tuck and roll either. But
But yeah,
but anyway, it seemed like he
they
did
did a
lot
good
of it.
job cutting him and stuff.
Yes, seems like he did almost everything. But yeah, I just have one thing about the ending, and then I have a the what if I mentioned that. I can mention
Yeah.
that whenever.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Well, let's see. What besides the ending and trying to what other things I had written down. Well, I mean, like when we first jump to the time jump, and then he's there, and like her friends are. He's like, "Who is this? Who's this?" And
Mhm.
he's so paranoid.
Yes.
But he's like,
But the thing is
he's like
that-
half like baked and
Well, that's why.
high.
Like he's so high all the time. So like, yeah, that's not gonna help you.
I guess I mean the other thing to kind of touch on was the like how he basically, told her the whole time that her mom was a hero, and
Yeah.
then she of course finds out later she was a rat, and that's how she's even still alive and not dead.
Yeah, that was a big moment. That's a good call. Yeah. But at least we get a good, you were mentioning like the very end. We do get a good,
Oh yeah, the moment
the
where he gives her
letter.
that letter.
yeah. So besides Bob and Willis talk, which was good. Yeah. Sorry, that's happened to me on the pod too.
Man.
But yeah. So then Willa and reading the letter too also was great.
Mm-hmm.
So we get what was it like? It was so she mentioned she got relocated, right? Because to your point, because she ratted,
Mm-hmm.
and then the letter ends with like what? Basically like, come find or no, come to me, or did she say she was going to come to her? I can't remember.
I don't remember either.
Yeah.
But it was just like, don't be too hard on your dad though,
Yeah.
and stuff, and then like she goes and gives him a hug, and it's
Yeah, it was a good moment.
um
Also, I'm just now remembering then, right after that, cut to the credits, and it's that American Girl needle drop was really good.
yeah,
Like that's, I mean,
needle drop. Yeah,
yeah.
I remember. Like Jared's gonna say something about this.
Well, it's like the perfect song, obviously, for what's
Mm-hmm.
playing out. Yeah.
Two things are like little. I don't say issues, maybe, but the guy that, so Sean's Penn character, because he won't kill her because it's his daughter, but he knows they have to get rid of her because they're, I guess, anti black people or something.
It's crazy what they,
So
the
racist.
words they use.
Yes.
And like,
But then he was attracted to him.
he's like obsessed with them.
Yeah.
But then he still was like, has to basically completely erase, or no one find out. Oh yeah, because
So he gives her to that guy.
yes,
So why is that guy suddenly change his mind?
I don't know.
So that was like one of those like plot things that's kind of weird. Like it's not explained. He doesn't really have a real motivation other than the fact that he was like, oh, I can't kill a kid.
I think that's why.
And then he was like, oh, they're going to kill the kid. I can't let them kill a kid.
I think that's why. I don't think it's anything other than that. Yeah. He's just like,
Yeah.
this is wrong. Yeah.
And then later when Leo first finds them, he's up like on the perch. Why does he shoot? He misses. Like it's like there's like a million guards.
Yeah, there's no.
And then how did he get away from there? Like they don't show it. Cuts away, and then he's like, I'm like, there's no way. There's so many trained like military people.
Yep.
It's like he'd be a dead man. He wouldn't get away from that. So there's like little things that I was like, like when you're watching.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
All right, what did you have for the ending?
Oh, I mean, I just wanted to mention, which probably we can talk about more in cinematography, but just the long car chase at the end is incredible. Like that was another just highlight because it was, and just the way with the hills and like you seeing the distance was so cool. How they like both shot it and just like to kind of tell you who's chasing who, how far away is each person. It was just awesome.
Yeah, that moment where the guy in the other Mustang shows up and puts on, and I was like, wait, where's this guy come from? And then it says, and I was like, oh, it's the guy they sent to go kill him. Because
I mean, and even that, like, I was not expecting him to just like pull up right beside him and shotgun.
Yeah. The other thing I thought about in that moment, and this is just, I was like, that's a way to kill somebody. Like there's no fingerprints, there's no, like, how would they track you down? And I'm sure if you had an unregistered gun, that they wouldn't be able to track it by the bullets. I was like, how would they?
Yeah, I mean,
other than like tire tracks and then like out there's no camera. I mean, it'd be one thing if you did that like in a city where there's cameras everywhere and they'd be like, oh, this is the car.
Yeah, no, you have to be on in the middle of nowhere where you even have enough room to pull up beside him, and not have an issue with that, and then shoot him. No, I mean, yeah,
it's just always stuff I think about, like, because we live in the East Coast where it's very densely populated.
Yes,
you don't have these, but like once you get out in like other parts of this country, and there's just space, never ending space of, and it's like no one's around for like 50 miles, and you're just like in the middle of nowhere, and there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing. Like, I mean, it's like they've been Breaking Bad. They would do it all the time too. Like it's like you could get away with it probably. Like people just disappear.
A lot of people,
And so anyway, I was like, how would they know even who did that? And
I don't know, but it also, the ending of that was just so brilliant too, where she just stops at the top of the hill. So
she
stops finally.
No, I love how they show, like, there's a couple times where they show how smart she is.
Yep.
And part of that's got to be what her dad trained her for, because he's been paranoid for 16 years. So, but she's smart, and she can shoot, and she can So there's several times where,
I mean, we get
you see,
that just reminded me, we get I guess it's also more cinematography, but we do get the literally parallel shot of her mom, Perfidia, pregnant, shooting the gun, like the machine gun, and then there's a shot later of Willa doing it. It's like literally the same way. Yeah.
Well, what you anything else before we go to cinematography that you wanted to?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention what I was mentioning about both of them wanting to work with each other. So what I found out was that when PTA was about to shoot Boogie Nights, DiCaprio is who he wanted to play the main character, Dirk Diggler,
Oh, well.
instead of Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
And I think Leo was at least interested, or he was going to do it, and then ultimately decided to do Titanic instead.
Oh, wow.
So, like, imagine literally
Reverse.
for all parties involved, what would have happened to all their careers.
Right.
Like, because that's literally
Flip-flop. I mean, you even flip-flop. Like, I mean, I don't know if David would have given Mark Wahlberg the role.
No, I don't know.
I think they've worked well, though. I mean, I think the way it panned out
Oh,
was
for
the
sure.
better. But
Yeah.
I think any other variable in there would have been lesser for both movies.
Yes, for sure.
I think Leo could have done something like later, but I think where he was at the point in Titanic, I don't think he would have done the Boogie Nights role justice.
No.
He was
No,
still, he was still looked too young.
Yep.
Because he does have like that baby face. I
Yep.
did look it up because watching this movie, and of course I was like, how? And he's only like 2 or 3 years older than me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what he looks like normally.
right. No, I know.
But, like,
but I
they
was
make
just
him
so
look
curious
worse.
because I'm like, he's got to be close to my age, and
Yeah, they make him look pretty haggard in this the
Yeah.
whole time.
yeah, intentionally. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's funny. I mean, he's literally in the robe the whole time too. And what else is he wearing? I can't remember. But yeah, it's that robe and whatever else is like the whole time. Never takes it off. Yeah, that was the last thing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, talk a little bit of cinematography. I mean, again, we end up doing this a lot of times. We touch on stuff as we're talking about the film, which makes sense. But
Yeah,
I think the other thing, like the look of it, I mean, I had to look this up, and then I was like, oh, yeah, okay. But yeah, they shot it on VistaVision,
nice.
which is why, like, because I would see some of these, like the lens flares
Yeah,
that look different than what you usually see, and it wasn't anamorphic either. And I was like, okay, what are we what are we working with here? And now I know, I'll probably be able to point them out more often, and like know what it is. But yeah, it definitely has a different look.
it does. Yeah, I noticed that right away. But that's even more impressive though, because some of the the camera's really following them
Mm-hmm.
very fast,
Mm-hmm.
and aren't those like massive?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how they did that.
Yeah.
Because there's some pretty long, even just following them running through
Which that honestly, that
buildings and
might be
all
one of
that.
the things that affected the budget, why it was
True.
so high.
Yeah.
Because you're going for and then of course going back to the technical achievement I was talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're working with that, which, I mean, you're putting that constraint on yourself by choosing that, but then, yeah, it makes all that, especially any of the stuff where you want to put a camera in a more non-traditional spot, that, yeah, it starts to get more challenging, which is why, I mean, they used to not do anything like
Mhm.
they do nowadays because the cameras were just big and, and film was heavy and expensive and
Yeah,
So-
I mean, because there's some very impressive long takes
Mhm.
in this at different times. It's just a lot of movement, which is, yeah, it's just crazy that's how big those cameras are and they're doing all that. But I have my main thing is like literally all the chase scenes. So there's one at the beginning,
Mhm.
Car chase and on foot. It's like that overhead helicopter, drone, whatever it's supposed to be, was really cool. And then obviously the one at the end I already mentioned, the very long car chase and just how it is very long. It reminded me kind of, I don't know if it would be 70s. Yeah, I guess it'd be 70s. Kind of that long. You mentioned like the really long,
Using
or
a
like
longer lens. Yeah.
longer lens. Yeah. And like, I don't know. I just feel like they did that a lot back in the 70s and just reminded me of that too, which is really cool.
Yeah, and the note about the the blocking and the movement of the camera and the people moving. And like there's a sentence which then of course the score kind of emphasizes as well, but the like just kind of the kineticness of the constant feel like they're constantly moving. I mean, there are some times where they are sitting still, but not much.
Nope.
And like, I mean, a good example is when, you know, he faking his name, Peter Parker, whatever, and then he sits down, the lady, and the lady's, oh, he's going to need to go to the hospital, and then he goes to the hospital, and like they sit him on the, and they're moving him, and they sit on the bed, and the lady comes in to do something, and then she's like, you're going to go out that bathroom, and he's just like gone. And it's like there's just like constant movement. So I mean that's not easy to do, obviously. With
No.
Reminds me that the 72-hour film festival, and one of our things was like the camera had to be moving at all times. Couldn't have a static camera.
Okay.
That was one of the stipulations in our thing. And I mean, just when you have an option, you do it when you're like, oh, it'd be cool for this. But then there's plenty of times where you're just like, I don't need to move the camera here.
Yep.
And again, not saying that I wasn't paying attention. I'd have to watch a movie again just for that. But like in general, it felt like stuff was just moving all the time.
Yes.
And the characters were moving all the time. And obviously that takes a lot of choreography and stuff.
Yeah. And that is a very impressive thing about this movie in general.
And then just where I think he was nominated, or I can't remember which ones have won and some of these and nominated, but the and then the editing with which, I mean, he's always done good at this, but with like just the way people are talking over top each other in conversations, and that's hard. I mean, I've shot scenes and with dialogue with, you know, more than one person, and you know it's not easy to deal with when because if they talk over each other, then you can it's got to be that scene or a different scene, but you can't like intercut different takes between, you couldn't necessarily. It's a lot harder to deal with in the post, because people are talking over top of each other, and so like they never do that exactly the same the next time. So I mean, for me, one of the tricks, I mean, I kind of do it in post, right? Like, because a lot of times people don't talk over top of each other. You don't want them to, for that reason, because then you can like, oh, I can use the first take from this person, but then the third take from this person from this reverse shot because I like that one better. And then you force it in post to kind of like almost like, because you can take them and, you know, overlap stuff, and you can make it sound like a little bit like they're talking over each other.
Right.
But for it to sound really natural and like real life, where people do in real life, like they have to just do it. And then that makes it way more challenging in a post-production standpoint. And that's always impressive, or the skill level that they do that. And he does that with his films and characters. So
definitely.
But again, that's like the Tarantino and Scorsese kind of stuff too. Like they do that as well. So
yeah, I think that's still pretty clear that that's his two biggest influences still. You saw it a lot in like even his very first film, Hard Eight. Like that was the most he was, in my opinion, that seemed to be the most of like the dialogue and everything.
Which I wanted to talk about at some point, and then maybe we don't. Like just looking back, I mean, we normally reflect when we go through them all, but then we've had a gap of time. But I think that's still one of my standout, especially surprises.
Yeah, that was one.
Because I think of the ones that, like, of the films I hadn't seen of his, like that one I really enjoyed. Even though it was also, you could see all the roughness around it with an inexperienced, you know, newbie kind of like doing things, but like it still had just like, it was still good and had you know, the charm of it. And
that one it was that one, and I'm just looking through it because I don't remember some of them. That one was a surprise. I think that one and Phantom Thread was the two that surprised me how much I liked them.
I'm trying to remember what was Phantom Thread about.
Phantom Thread was the other why am I blanking on his name? Daniel Day-Lewis. Yes, there we go. That was the other one he did. So not There Will Be Blood, but the other one he did for PTA was he was a dressmaker.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
I did, yeah. No, once you said him, I was
Okay.
like, I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and that one I remember, like, even just like the cinematography in that one was interesting and cool.
Yeah.
And that was the one where he did it, right? PTA was like listed as the cinematographer.
Yes, I think that you're right. That was the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what's wild.
It is wild.
Um,
Well, you want me to?
I mean, I liked Licorice Pizza too. I remember liking that too.
That one, I think you liked more of me because
Yeah.
that's a low point in my opinion.
Yeah.
Of his, that and Inherent Vice are the two that.
Yeah, I didn't care for him.
Inherent Vice is the worst one out of all of them, like by a long shot, I think. But yeah, we have
Boogie Nights I like, but like I'd seen that before. And,
yes, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Heart 8, Boogie Nights. It's so hard because he does a lot of music videos in here too. Magnolia's great.
Yeah. Yeah. You liked that more than I did.
Yes, Punch Drunk Love. I don't remember how we both felt on that one.
Again, I was kind of mixed on it. Like it's all right, but yeah.
There Will Be Blood, obviously.
Yeah, that's
I like
good.
that one a lot more.
But you like it a lot more than I do.
The Master is very interesting.
Yes, interesting is a good word for that.
And then Inherent Vice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Licorice
Then
Pizza.
Phantom Thread. Then Licorice Pizza. Then this. Yeah.
All right. Score. Let's talk about the score in this.
Yeah, you go first.
Well, I mean, I
'Cause I'm
kind
just
of
curious
already
if you have
talked
anything.
about my thoughts.
Okay. You're
but
right.
like the intensity of it constantly. And which I mean is doing a lot of heavy lifting to kind of give that paranoia, I think, and constant movement and can never sit still that like, I guess one of our leads, I mean, I guess Leo is the lead, I guess. Like it's kind of weird because like in the first opening stuff, it's more, what's her name?
Perfidia.
Yeah, Perfidia.
Yep.
And then it kind of shifts and it's kind of Leo mixed with Willa, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but yeah, he's the one that's more paranoid, but, yeah, but that's, I mean, just, I definitely noticed it, but not in a bad way.
Good.
And then, I was like, oh, this is different. And this is like definitely creating some of the anxiousness that as the viewer, you're going to feel through the whole film.
Yeah. I'm glad you liked the score because there's a point it gets very, what's the best word? I guess from a genre standpoint, it would be avant-garde and very dissonant to where like someone just listening to it might be like, this is annoying, you know? So I'm glad you liked it. But like, obviously I loved it, but I knew a lot more obviously why he was doing it. Well, you did too, obviously, and you could feel the movement of it.
Well, and I think,
but it gets very strange at moments.
like instrumentally,
Yes.
right. But I think that's also, I mean, that's a cool creative choice from the composer.
I agree.
But like again, like it's like one of those things where, you know, just I guess putting my own director's hat on and like knowing, like thinking about like if you knowing you want to go into this and you're like, okay, I want this to feel like this whole movie. And so you're doing that from the character standpoint as you're directing the characters. You're doing that as the camera standpoint as you're, you know, having the cinematographer and whoever like do the things. And then you're conveying that to the composer and so like you can see those threads all working together to create this vibe in the movie that then I think works. Cause I think for you're trying to sell, what would this be like, right? Like, what would this be like if you're in this revolution and then, you know, you kind of get out of it, right? Like it failed, whatever word you want to use. And then you're just living your life, but like that doesn't go away. Right. And then dealing with that. And so like, I think that part, I think they nailed that feeling, that vibe to give the movie that. And, yeah, so I think it works. And it's like, and this is a key element to that. Like, this is like
Very, very key element to the whole film. Yeah. Well, that's great. I mean, I think that's the most you've talked about a score in a while, which is awesome.
it is. Cause most of the time I'm like, oh, there was a score.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I mean, this guy, I don't know how much he's won now, but like Johnny Greenwood, I talked about him a lot, and we covered because he's, I think, pretty much most of his movies he's done now, PTA's movies. But yeah, this score is just incredibly good, I think, and so unique. But I love how dissonant it gets, like I mentioned, but it still works. Obviously, that helps with the tension or just paranoia, like you said. Especially with the specific phrasing that he does at times. It's just awesome. And he's just I just gotta say one more time, he's just an amazing musician, both as a film composer, but also as literally the guitarist of Radiohead, which is crazy.
I always forget that.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. So yeah, shout out to Johnny Greenwood. He's amazing.
Let's just get ready for. So themes and messages. What do you got for this?
I mean, we kind of already talked about this too, but fighting against the system and the pros and consequences of those actions. It's obviously a big part of what we see in the beginning. And I wrote down kind of what I already talked about, how it's definitely just feels like a very modern film for our time right now in America, like kind of what they're tackling.
Which I know we didn't say this, but like,
yeah,
I think that's one of the reasons it won.
Oh yeah,
because
for sure
Hollywood loves
they do
that kind of thing. And
yeah,
so
yes,
you know what you're doing when you're writing something like this.
You're right.
Well, to me, it was kind of like the theme of, like I kind of touched on there at the end, like the escaping. Can you escape your past? And then just the generational, I don't say trauma, but like repeat. Like, I mean, like there at the end, she's going off chasing some protest or something, right? Like that she hears on the radio or something.
And Bob's like, that's like 3 hours away. Yeah,
like, it's kind of far, and he's like, all right, well, be careful or something. He's like, not trying to really stop her, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of saying, oh, that's built into who she is because of who her mom was, and even her dad. I mean, they both were activists on they're different things. So genetically. And then, so her biological dad was also just on the other side of things, right? And then the guy who raised her, he also was, and then her mom. So it's like you're destined to, I guess, be a protester, follow it or whatever. And so, like, I feel like that's kind of what it's dealing with and talking about from like a broader standpoint.
Definitely. That is a big part of it.
And I feel like I didn't like touch on this too much, but it's like, was he trying to hide her from it for 16 years? And then finally, when it came to their doorstep, then he embraced it and then just let her. And then it's like the inevitable and she's going out to protest or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. Yeah. Because of when he does the final sit down with her. Yeah. He's definitely, it's like stuff. He's like, this is something.
He was like, I'm going to be honest with you now.
Yep.
Right. And then here's the letter. Your mom's not dead, like all the. So anyway, that's kind of where.
No, that's a big part of the movie. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. Do you know if they ever explain why they were called the French 75? Besides it just like, that's a cool sounding name, but I don't think they explain it.
What's that to do with being French?
I don't know. I mean, he says what he's like, to the sensei before he like goes to the trap door. He's like, "Viva la," whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously like that part, the French part of that, and but I don't know. Yeah, the 75. I don't know. Was that when the French Revolution was? I'm not a history buff, so
yeah, I don't know.
Leave in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah. All right, let's get in a little bit of trivia. So during some post-release promo, DiCaprio and Del Toro discussed what post-film fates their characters would have. DiCaprio speculates that Bob would still be doing small time gigs as part of a band.
Mm-hmm.
And then Del Toro revealed that there was a deleted scene showing him back at the dojo in a closing montage, revealing that his character did at least come out of his run with the law in one piece.
Nice.
The car chase scene at the end was not scripted. PTA was on a car location scout for 4 hours when he was thinking, I'm never coming on a location scout again. He spotted the road dips, the river of hills, as the director called it. He started shooting with his phone and losing the horizon as he zoomed in, and he thought it was even scarier. That's when he knew how and where to shoot, and when he came up with the idea of Willis stopping the car in a blind spot.
Wow.
Which, like you said, was like a cool thing. Like we talked about it before, but like I don't know if I've ever seen something like that. Like,
no.
It's just like
that makes it even cooler. That literally was not planned at all. That's awesome.
The minute he started reading the screenplay, Sean Penn knew he wanted to make the film. He called it a gift of a part for an actor of his age.
I mean, he crushed it.
Lockjaw's second in command and chief interrogator, Danvers, is played by non-professional actor James Ratterman, a security consultant and former HSI special agent.
Oh.
So he's not even...
Well, I mean, everyone did well, so good on him.
The title of the film is taken from the 1969 statement from the revolutionary political group, the Weather Underground, that was published in an issue of New Left Notes, a left-wing periodical from the Students for a Democratic Society. The statement read, "From here on out, it's one battle after another, with white youth joining in the fight and taking the necessary risks.
Okay.
There's an army growing in your guts, and it's going to bring you down." The first and last sentence of the statement is used in dialogue in the first act of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, Hooterville Junction are lyrics from Gil Scott-Heron's song "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised," which is heard in the film. Each is a reference to the popular 1960s TV series Hooterville, being a fictional community in Green Acres, and Petticoat Junction.
Mm-hmm. It's another cool moment is when Bob finally gets there, but she's like so scared that she's still like
calling out,
even though she sees him.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yeah. According to PTA, the only CGI used is the vape smoke.
He does. Yeah. He uses a lot of that, but why would they need a CGI it? Because like with the way they do cigarettes on film, what I know about it is just like, it's still smoke that comes out. It's just like, doesn't have anything you're actually inhaling. So like that, you can still make that smoke effect. So why?
It must be just the way they do it with vape nowadays. Maybe it's I don't know.
All right. That's just funny that's the only CGI.
The exterior of the mansion where the Christmas Adventures Club meets was the home of Ronald Reagan in Sacramento when he was governor of California.
Okay.
The award Lockjaw received for capturing the French 75, the Bedford Forrest Award, is named for Nathan Bedford Forrest, the first Grand Wizard of the Klan.
Wow. Jeez.
Which I guess that's maybe, is that what they were kind of trying to model that off of?
I mean, that's essentially what we were talking about with like just.
But I guess when you don't see them with the hoods and stuff, it's like not as obvious.
But it's essentially the KKK. But yeah, like that strange room underground, to your point where you're mentioning, they're all talking and just the words they use for people, anyone that's not white is insane.
Yep. A French 75 is a cocktail made from gin, champagne, lemon juice, and sugar. It was so named due to its reputedly having a kick that felt like being shelled by the French 75mm field gun, which is also just known as the French 75, which was used in both world wars. So maybe that's where the
Okay.
the name.
That makes sense.
Now here's about Boogie Nights and Titanic. And
Oh, cool. Yep.
although the film is overly political, it's not specific in its time or place of which the administration is calling the shots. It was deliberate on the part of PTA, as he felt like overt politics would not only date the film in years to come.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That was very smart
Yep.
of him to do. Make it more timeless.
Yeah. So that's just any final thoughts? What's I meant to actually look because we're doing these out of random people.
Yeah, we got a few more.
What's our next?
I don't know. I don't remember what's next on the list,
That's
but yeah,
what I
we
was
got a few
kinda
more
looking.
from previous directors.
What is it showing
I
me?
believe we have another Avatar film. We have Wuthering Heights, and there's one more, Running Man. Is that the other one? I think.
Yeah, but which one? I think Running Man's next.
That one next?
Well,
I can't
think so.
remember
I think so.
on the list, but
No,
it'll be one of those.
Here's one. It's showing me calendar view. I was like, I don't want a calendar view. Yeah, we have Running Man next,
All right.
and then Avatar: Fire and Ash, and then Wuthering Heights,
All right.
and then we'll do a new director, which we got to pick soon.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have any thoughts on who that could be, give us a suggestion. And of course, if you have any feedback or thoughts about anything we talked about here or in previous podcasts, please let us know and write in or leave a comment. So you can do that by either emailing at feedback@screentimepod.com or, comment or DM on the video or social media. And of course, if you don't already, please like, subscribe, follow, stalk, whatever word you want to use there.
Yes.
On Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And all those are some way, shape, or form Screen Time Pod. And if you'd like to follow me or Jared on Instagram, I'm at JYoungbar.
And I'm at Jared Youngbar.
All right. Talk to you guys next time.